And welcome to the Note Buyers Academy. I believe that this is going to be the best academy that we've ever had. My goal is that you close a deal within the next 90 days. Okay, so going back here to page 91 in your book, we were talking about what the closings will entail. And we said that we're going to get the driver's license and the original note. The original note's the most important thing. You're going to prepare an assignment of the note. What you need to understand is that there are two parts to a closing to sell a note. First of all, you have to endorse the note. And typically that is done right on the note itself, but it can also be done with that allonge that I talked about. It's a separate page that gets attached to the note. And then you need to prepare an assignment of the mortgage, and the assignment of the mortgage is what gets recorded at the courthouse. So you need both pieces. You need to have an endorsement of the note, and you need to have an assignment of the mortgage, and that's what gets recorded at the courthouse. Okay, the settlement statement, it totally depends on whether the title company wants to prepare the settlement statement or not, and I'm happy either way. It's whatever they want to do. I can't remember on this one if I prepare. I actually did prepare it. We'll see that in a little bit, that I prepared the settlement statements. The title commitment, before you close, make sure either that you're insured under the previous title policy, in which case you better have a copy of it, and it better show Sally Seller as the insured, and make sure the date's right and all the information's right. And so if you have a copy of that and you're comfortable that you're in that chain of title, that Sally is assigning her interest to you, so you will be insured under that policy, that's all you need. But if you are going to get any kind of a new policy, you make sure to have that commitment with your name on it, with the amount written in, make sure you've got the jacket, because if you don't have that and you close, they could say, hey, I don't have it. We didn't give you title insurance. Although, I will tell you this. I did make a claim once when we did not have the commitment, no commitment at all, but what I did have was the settlement statement, and it showed that a lender's policy and an owner's policy had both been bought at the time of that closing. So it's very clear. I mean, if you paid for the policy, you're entitled to it. You know what I mean? And I did that recently on a note that I bought. I think, honestly, that the lady probably lost the policy because she was kind of fly-by-nightish. But she had the settlement statement, and clearly she had purchased a lender's title policy. And so I was able to use that settlement statement and take it to the title company, and then they were able to use the file number and look it up and confirm that, in fact, she was insured. Okay, so we get the title commitment, the notice of assignment. We'll look at that in a minute. The mortgage, and you get both the mortgagee and the mortgagor affidavits. So that's the first closing. So then on page 92, you can see now where we list the requirements for closing B. Again, it's the same thing. It's just different parties. I got to have another endorsement of the note from me to Ivan Investor. I need to have another settlement statement between me and Ivan Investor. I need another assignment from me to him. Okay, so it's just a whole another set of closing documents. If you turn to page 94, that's the allonge that I was talking about. So this is the endorsement of the note, Sally to me. So I'm going to email this to the title company, and when Sally comes in, she'll sign this. Then the next page is the endorsement from me to Ivan Investor. But do you notice the difference? I have referenced that the previous endorsement. Okay, previous endorsement from Sally to the favor of the original note buyer without recourse on the 7th day of November. So I want to make it very clear what the chain of title was in the sequence of events, and you do that by just referencing it, even though it's on a separate page. So both of these sheets would be attached permanently to the original note, and they become part of the original document. I never used to like that. I like the endorsement being right on the note, but this is what all the banks do, and it is logistically the easiest way to do this when you're doing a simultaneous closing. What makes the Academy are the people who come. Okay, thank you.